200 some odd horsepower from that V10. Tweaking the chassis as it sits on the trailer when it's revved. Boy, that car brings back some memories.
1998 was not Ferrari's best year. Mika Häkkinen, McLaren Mercedes, had the measure of Ferrari teammates Michael Schumacher and Eddie Irvine. You note the Shell and Magneti Marelli logos and that of Fiat, Ferrari's corporate parent. The other logos, the strobe stripes, represent Marlboro, Ferrari's major backer. But restrictions on cigarette advertising on television in those times prevented them from spelling out the name. So they simply used the shape of their logo.
Famous Delta. This was a bit of a color change for Ferrari at the time. Nobody was really happy with it, but it more closely matched that of the sponsor Mike just mentioned. Michael Schumacher had only been there for a short time. Eddie Irvine had joined him. And they were just getting their super team together. Designer Rory Byrne, Ross Brawn on the pit strategy. And this car was consigned before Michael had his skiing accident over the Christmas holiday that still has him in an induced coma in a Grenoble, France hospital.
To answer the question of what do you do with this besides display it in your living room, Ferrari has an entire division devoted to taking these former race cars and allowing their owners to use them at track days. They send engineers and mechanics, and they will run this car for you just like you had your own personal Formula One team.
Driven on 38 occasions in testing by Michael Schumacher, who was infamous for wanting to do all of the testing, bugging the engineers at all hours.
The left side pod is signed by Michael's teammate Eddie Irvine and dated 2009.
The following year, Michael would break his leg in a crash at Silverstone, England. Missed 6 or 7 races. Eddie Irvine would challenge for the World Championship. When he returned, Michael drove in support of Eddie, trying to derail Mika Häkkinen and McLaren. And that was unusual for Michael. But it demonstrated the depth of his commitment to the Scuderia.
Bob, I have not seen this block so crowded with interested onlookers since the Batmobile sold here last year.
Pretty cool piece. $1.7 million.